There's no lemon so sour that you can't make something resembling lemonade. Hello and welcome. Welcome to the very first episode of Quote Me Later with me, your host, Manya. In today's episode, we're going to talk about my all time favorite TV show and my all time favorite TV moment. And we're going to unpack that not just as a TV moment, but as a life lesson that you can actually use on daily basis. So let's hop into it. The quote is, "There's no lemon so sour that you can't make something resembling lemonade." And in what show? Drum rolls, please. This Is Us. The iconic This Is Us. And if you haven't watched the show yet, please do yourself a favor and watch it as soon as possible. And trust me when I say, watch it with your loved ones. Jackie and Rebecca are having triplets. And while Rebecca is in labor, they've lost one of their triplets. And the doctor that delivered their babies is talking to Jack, and he said this quote. And guess what is happening here? There is a little baby boy waiting for them at the hospital to be adopted. At the same hour, at the same day, he was born. And adopting him changed their lives for the better. And we're going to unpack this code and see what really is happening here and what our mind can do when we are stuck on sour lemon tracks. I want you to think about that. Even in the middle of crushing grief, there is still a chance to find hope, a chance to see life differently, even if just a little. And that's exactly what this code is really capturing. But let me just put my glasses on. Nerdy mood on. Here, when it gets really interesting. In psychology, there's a concept called resilience. Resilience is basically your ability to bounce back from life's toughest moments, and it's not about ignoring pain or pretending that everything's fine. It's about learning to navigate through it to find a way to keep going. Another concept that ties in perfectly is cognitive reappraisal. I know, big fancy word, but the idea is simple. It's about changing the way you think about a situation so it doesn't crush you emotionally. Imagine you fail in an exam. Your first thought might be, I'm terrible, I'll never succeed. That's the brain stuck on the sour lemon track. Cognitive reappraisal is like telling your brain, okay, this sucks, but I can learn from it and I'll do better next time. Suddenly, the same situation feels less like a failure and more like a stepping stone. And Jack Pearson is the perfect example at this point. He could have let grief consume him, but he found a way to see the silver of hope and act on it. And that's what resilience really looks in action: feeling the pain, acknowledging it, and then finding a way forward. Now, let's make it personal because that's where the magic happens. Think about the hardest moments you've been through. Maybe it's losing someone you love, failing at something that mattered, or feeling completely stuck in life. Here's a story I think many of us can relate to. Imagine you've poured your heart and soul into a project at school or work, and it completely flops. At first, you might feel defeated, like your effort meant nothing. That's the lemon. But then, if you pause, reflect, and reframe, maybe you notice the lessons, the skills you gained, the people who supported you. Now you're starting to make lemonade. Even little moments count. Maybe someone texts you or you have a win the next day. That's hope, that's resilience. And each time you do this mental flip, you're strengthening your ability to handle the next tough situation because life will always have them. But your mind can learn to meet them with a little more grace. Now, I want you to take a moment with me. Close your eyes if you want. And think of the most sour lemon life has handed you. Hold it there for a second. Feel it, acknowledge it. Now, slowly imagine, what if there's a tiny piece of lemonade hiding inside it? Maybe it's a lesson, a new path, a relationship that grew stronger, or just a moment of love or support that you didn't notice at first. It's okay if it's small, it's okay if it's not perfect. The point isn't to erase the pain, it's to find a silver of light that helps you move forward. Jack didn't have to pretend that the loss didn't hurt, but he could act on hope even in the middle of heartbreak, and that's what you can do too. So, what do we take from this? Life will give you lemons. Some are sour, some feel downright impossible, but your brain has tools like cognitive reappraisal that let you find small ways to make lemonade. That's resilience, feeling the pain, then taking one step forward anyway. Here's my challenge for you today: pick one moment that's been sour, that's been waiting on you, and try to reframe it. Look for the silver of hope, the lesson, or the thing you can control. And if you want, share it with me because stories of resilience are better when we lift each other up. And please, please remember, it's not about the perfect lemonade. It's about learning to sip slowly, notice the sweetness where it exists, and keep moving forward. Thank you so much for listening to me today. Thank you for your time, even your thoughts. And if you enjoyed listening to this episode, I'll be here every week on Tuesdays. And also, you're more than welcome to share your personal struggles with me, your favorite TV moments, and your favorite TV shows, and we're going to unpack them together. If you have any suggestions or something went wrong on this episode that you want to let me know, please DM me on Instagram. You can find Quote Me Later with Vanya on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. I'll try my best to put it out there on more apps, but for now, this is all we got. Till next time, take care and please make that lemonade. Bye. It's great. It's great. And I'm not help you. No. We're going to delete the whole thing now. I think I kind of screwed this up. Let me start again.